Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Divinely Crowned Conversations Podcast. I am your girl, Davina, and I am so grateful that you decided to tune into this episode of the Divinely Crowned Conversations Podcast. Can we just take a minute to say how kind of weird that feels that I've even just said that? Yeah, if you know, you know that I have not been on here in a while. So bear with me as I am coming out of a 2-month sabbatical of doing the Divinely Crowned Conversations podcast. And so I decided, I would do this episode by myself. But before we get into this episode, I just want to remind you to make sure you are liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to Divinely Crowned on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, okay? And also make sure if you like audio versions of the podcast that you are listening on Spotify and Apple Music. Also, DivinelyCROWN'D.com is getting a facelift. So if you check out the website, you might have popped on and you saw that it's kind of down right now, but just make sure that if you're not already, make sure you are subscribed to the website so that you will be one of the first to know when we launch the new site. So I'm pretty excited about that, so that you guys can continue to connect on in any way you possibly can. So yeah, so I have missed this. Like I said, it has been 2 months since I've done a podcast. I think it was like August. Yeah, I knew September. I was like, I'm taking a break because it was my birthday month. And then October came and I was like, yeah, I'm still not ready. I had interviews lined up and everything. And I just kind of let them know, like I need a reset. And so I'm going to like reschedule all of them. And I appreciate those who were on my schedule, that you were very understanding and really supportive. So thank you for that. Also, before we get like fully into this episode, make sure, get in the comments. I've missed y'all. I missed talking to y'all. So make sure you get in the comments, talk to me. You can ask me questions. Like, this is going to be very go with the flow. This episode, like I said, I'm just getting back. So I'm just, trying to get back in the swing of things. And yes, oh, we got hi Britt. Baynick on Facebook. She said, we miss you too. Yes, I miss you guys so much. So and then also, if you check out your girl's voice, I was down for 2 weeks, which I literally had to I literally had to touch my voice and be like, devil, I bind you. Okay. You will not take my voice. Okay. So I'm still getting back into my voice being completely back as well. So if you see me or hear me like drinking a lot of water, it's because this voice of mine that is so powerful has been under attack and I don't like it. So but yeah, so let's catch up. Like I said in the title, I said, welcome back. I was like, I might need to reintroduce myself to the people. So, for those who might have been following me or just started following me, because I do feel like I've gotten quite a few new followers, welcome to the page. If you're following on Facebook, or on YouTube, welcome to the queendom and just welcome to a good time. Okay. A good divine time. Okay. Welcome. And so here at Divinely Crown Conversations Podcast, we talk about, real, honest, open, and transparent things. We just talk about life, our journeys, and all the things that come with it. So I am so excited for those who are just now tuning into this podcast or even my page or my brand. And for my OGs, the ones that have been rocking with me, I love you guys. Also, I don't know if you saw, but we are getting ready to have another event. Um, Last event of the year, we are going to go out with a bang. 2023, is it 2023? Yes, 2023 has been a lot. And I know a lot of us know, like, it's just been a year of so many things, a whirlwind of things, some good, some not so good. And we just want to leave this year on a positive note. So, with that being said, we are going to have the Royal Affair presented by Divinely Crowned and Rabbit 3. If you don't know Rabbit 3, you're getting ready to know. Rabbit 3 is a fashion brand and fashion line that is created by Andre Jones. He is locally here in Erie, PA, born and raised, and he and I are going to collab. We're good friends, but we have both had very successful events within this last year. And we just felt like it would be so dope to bring those two events together or do our both creativity together and create a royal time. So if you've been to both of our events, we're all about positive vibes. We're all about creating an atmosphere of safety. We're all about creating an atmosphere of fun, and just a memorable moment, a memorable experience. So I want to encourage you to come out. It's December 9th at 1020 Collective from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. I was going to say 7 and 9. No, that's too short. So 7 to 11 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at Eventbrite. Just look up the Royal Affair presented by Divinely Crown and Rabbit 3, which I also put it in the description of um, this podcast. So get your tickets. You don't want to miss this. And also there's theme colors, which I love. So purple or gold will be the theme colors that we are encouraging our guests to wear. We got to have real royal vibes. So we are encouraging you to really show up and show out. Divinely Crown is all about having a fashion forward events as well as Rabbit 3. So definitely come in your best. It's going to be holiday time, so we'll have those type of vibes as well. And we just want to really just have a good time. Like, I'm so excited. And if y'all know you've been to my events, like, that is what I aim to do, is just have a dope time, positive time. There'll be food and drinks and music, and we're gonna be flicking it up all night. Okay. So get your tickets. And with that being said, I want to make sure I shout out some of our sponsors. So, one of our proud sponsors, which is Easter Group Daycare. Are you looking for a safe, nurturing, and enriching environment for your child's early years? Look no further at Easter Group Daycare. We are dedicated to providing top quality care. For parents, we offer a supportive and experienced team of caregivers who are committed to child's growth and well-being. And their flexible schedules, they have flexible schedules and affordable rates. And they're also right now, I believe, are hiring. So if you are looking for a job, I know so many people have been looking for jobs, and you care about children, have a heart and passion for children, definitely make sure you check out Easter Group Daycare, because they definitely would need some nurturing staff members over there, because they do truly care about their children there and the daycare kids there, which I can speak to firsthand because my children used to go there as well. Also, I want to shout out Radius Co-working Space, which I am actually at right now. This is where I do my podcasting here. Radius Co-working Space is a community for freelancers, entrepreneurs, and remote workers in the heart of downtown Erie. They provide a space for people to share the tools, knowledge, and encouragement that we each need to achieve our personal and business goals. They are a very passionate advocate for a better Erie and eagerly welcome new members who are building businesses. And I can definitely tell you that I've been here for about 2 years now, and I honestly love this space, connecting with the different entrepreneurs and freelancers and like of all different types. They have definitely helped me and inspired me. It's literally, I always tell people it's like gives me New York vibes because it's at the Renaissance Center on the ninth floor, and it is just a great space to connect with people, get inspired, and just continue to grow for your business and as an entrepreneur. And so, if you are looking for a co-working space, if you're a remote worker and you're like, I don't want to be stuck at home, like I highly recommend, coming in and checking it out with Sean Fedorko. Also, I like I said, I've been here for 2 years. I love it. This is where I do my podcasting, and I'm always proud when my guests come in to check it out. So definitely shout out those two divine sponsors. We got one of the owners, Jarrell. She said, okay, Easter Group Daycare. Shout out to you. Thank you for your support. And then Bobby Fletcher, he said, do your thing, homie. Yes. What's up? And you're doing your thing too. So I'm happy to see you back out here doing your podcast. And then he said, Dwayne Phillips. I don't know if you're tagging somebody, but shout out to Dwayne. Anyway, so you guys, I honestly, when I was getting ready for this podcast episode tonight, I did not know what I was going to talk about. Like, if you follow me long enough, you know that it's really go with the flow. All my guests, like, they have certain things that I may like prep them for, but like, this is really a go with the flow podcast. Hello, Brooklyn. She said, hey. So tonight I have had a lot to say. um, I've been just kind of observing things. I've been processing my own things in my life. And so tonight I said it might get a little bit transparent and honest and open from my lens of life this year. So bear with me as I, continue to process what I might say. But I just want to take the time to say this. We are going into the dark months, that time of sad seasonal depression. And I just want to encourage everyone who is maybe feeling it already. I know that I was talking to one of the guys here before I even jumped on here about just how, like, wow, it's like sun setting at 3 o'clock. And so by 5, it's dark out. And I truly believe that, like, it has a toll. It takes a toll on people. And I just want to encourage you to do the necessary things to take care of yourself. Like, I know we say that, and there's so many different things and remedies and posts and encouragement, but like, I want you guys to really take care of yourselves right now and for these next how many months, especially if you are in the city of Erie, because I know it can get dark here. And I know that sometimes all we have is our thoughts and they can run wild for us. And I just want you guys to really do the necessary, be intentional about your mental health. I'm talking about men, women, children, everybody in between. Take care of yourself. Your mental health matters, okay? Um, I do feel like as the pandemic has started, once it started, it really highlighted um mental health for all of us. It really took a toll on a lot of our emotions. I think we see it even now, just how emotional we really all are and how much of our feelings we feel like we don't know how to express. And so I want to encourage you to just really take care of yourselves right now. Get that vitamin D, whether it's in vitamin form, or I was just telling the guy that I was talking to that's part of Radius, like I was telling him, like, there's that sunlight, like, get things to really boost your spirit. I'm a prayer. So I'm going to be praying and just asking the Lord to just give me that strength when I feel weak. So I just want to really encourage you guys to do that as we go into these dark months, and just know you are not alone. You don't have to do this alone. There are so many people out there that want to connect with each other. So don't think you have to do life alone. You do not have to do life alone. Like, I just think it's beautiful when I've been seeing people start communities and connect with other people. And I just want to encourage you that you do not have to do life alone at all. Okay. Sade, she said, "Hey D," and then she must have tagged my aunt Chrissy Pierce. Let me get something to drink, y'all. It's crazy because I literally have not really talked much. I've been trying to rest my voice. So this is like the first time I'm literally talking really loud, meaning really a lot. So, like I said, bear with me. But yeah, so that's what I had to say about just, preparing for the winter months, the dark months. What else? Oh, yes, I do. So, let me just, you know, I've been just talking to people and just sharing kind of my testimony of life. And I do all these powerful conversations with other queens who are bold enough to share their journeys with me, and not just with me, with the world. Because this is a podcast that you can find if you go on any platform that host podcasts. So I just felt like, it might be time to share a little bit of my journey and where I started, and why I started, and things like that. So as time goes on, I'll probably maybe have somebody come and put me in the hot seat. But I did want to kind of share my heart about what this year has been for me. Because I do believe I've been posting a lot of things on social media, and I feel like I have had so many people reach out to me and share some powerful things with me. So I just I guess I want to share about just even what this year has been to me. As you guys know, I won best podcast for Erie's Black Wall Street this year. And that was one surprising, because I don't know if you guys know, but I definitely just had started this a year ago. And um as proud of it I was of that moment was actually very challenging for me. And it was something that I had to process. And if you guys know me, you know that I am a confidence life coach, but that does not mean that your girl is always confident. I have done a lot of work to build my confidence to the point where I believe I can coach other people, but I do feel like at times I have been attacked. And, that was definitely a start to being attacked for me this year, that pretty much led through the whole year. And not saying that specific moment, but it just kind of really triggered things for me. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because I want to share where I'm at now, right? So that was like the trigger to some things in my life. And I always go back to this post that I share every time I see it. And it's like, your calling will crush you. And one of the things in there is, your calling will crush you. And it says, if you're called to help people build their confidence and self-esteem, your self-esteem will be attacked. And I wholeheartedly believe that. And I believe that because I live that. I live that a lot. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of how far I've come, but I am a spiritual person. I love the Lord, and I know that the enemy tries to attack that for me, because I know the calling on my life is to help people overcome. Yeah, it's good. I'm sorry. I got people in the comments. Sade said, I got a story to tell. Listen, I'm going to get as many queens as I can, as much as I can on my podcast. So I would love to have you highlight your story. Elaine said, good to see you. Good. Thank you. It's good to be seen. But yeah, so either way, guys, like in full transparency, um, this summer, I'll tell you, I struggled with depression heavy. To the point where my therapist was concerned. And I share that because I want to break somebody free tonight who is scared to say that they have depression, or just scared to say that they're in a dark place and don't know what to do. Okay. That is why I'm sharing that, because somebody needs to hear that you can be free from that. And so that depression for me really was heavy, to the point where I really was second guessing if I was supposed to be doing everything I'm doing right now. It almost gets me emotional thinking about, because I had so many lies come against me in my own thoughts, because I'm like, I'm battling this. And how am I supposed to help people when I'm going through this? And it took a lot of prayer, a lot of, getting around people. It took me a minute to even share with people that I know love me wholeheartedly, to share that I was going through this. And so when I did, when I did finally share this, that I was going through this, it really helped set me free. And so I just want to say that to say, like, don't be afraid to share that you are going through something. Don't be afraid to share that you are struggling. I'm not just talking about women, I'm talking about men, because I have been seeing a lot of men say that your mental health doesn't matter and that people don't care, but we care. I care. I have so many men in my life that I care about, and I want to see them free. I want to see them happy. I want to see them healthy. I want to see them whole. We care. So when I say that, I'm talking about all of our mental health. All of us need to take care of our mental health. All of us need a support system. And so I just want to really, like, I could probably go into a whole thing. Like, on my birthday, I literally was like, I am going to take care of me. And what did I do? I went to a smash room. I don't know if some of you guys saw my TikTok, but I went to a smash room and I broke so much stuff, and it was so freeing. The lady, I was bawling my eyes in there. I was crying so much, but it was so freeing to just let go of so much pain that I was feeling. Sometimes you need to break something, okay? And it was so freeing to just be able to be like, God, like, I'm broken and I want to break all this glass, okay? And being able to do that for myself. And then after that, being able to pamper myself. And so I just, like, I wholeheartedly right now, like, and I know I said this in the beginning, but like, I just want people to take care of their mental health. I really do. Elaine. She said, everything we go through, it's not for you, it's to help someone else. I do agree. And I do agree with that, because I even saw something that said sometimes we go through our traumas so that we can help other people set free. And if we're not going through certain things, how are we supposed to help other people? No book can tell you something, like, no book, it can tell you the gifts that God's given you. I believe that. And there's sometimes we're gifted with certain things because of the things we've been through. So I totally agree with that. Asia, she gave hearts. And Sade said, I care. And she said, men don't admit that they are depressed. They don't, and I can't speak for a man. I don't know. I honestly don't know if how true that always is. I know that it's a struggle for men to do that, but I do know men that have shared that. So I think it just depends on the man. And that's why another thing, I definitely am going to start highlighting my kings. So once a month, I am planning to highlight one of our kings in the community, or just kings that I've connected with, and hear about their journeys, because I do believe that they are important as well. So I definitely don't want to speak for the men, but I definitely know that I believe that I'm seeing a lot more of them wanna be more open about what they're going through, which they should. Like, we as women shouldn't be the only ones allowed to share things. They should definitely be allowed. Like, their mental health, wholeheartedly matters. They're the backbones, they're the leaders, and we need them to be mentally, emotionally sound too. So um yeah, on that one. But yeah, so I I told you I'm gonna be all over with this, but I will tell you guys and share with you as I was going through my what I was going through. um God was really showing me how much I'm not allowed to give up on this thing, on myself, on being a confidence coach, on being a positive influence. Because if you guys only knew the amount of people who have wrote me, who have commented on posts and shared um how I've impacted them in ways that I would have never thought. Like, I'm like, okay, even though I'm going through this dark time and struggling right now, God is really revealing that, like, Davina, but people need you. And I don't take anything lightly. And I want to say this publicly, like, any message that I've gotten, any comment that somebody said to me under a post or in person, I don't take what you guys say lightly to me about how I've impacted you. Y'all know me by now. You know, I don't do this for clout. I don't do this for popularity. I do this because I genuinely feel like I'm called to do everything I'm doing. And when people tell me how much I've impacted them, like, I definitely get emotional about it. And I definitely feel like, um, I'm on the right path, even though it's hard. So even if you feel like you personally are in a season where you may have started something, you may feel called to do something, but you don't feel prepared, do it anyway. Keep pushing anyway. Keep growing anyway. Keep learning anyway. Keep making those videos. Keep making posting those posts. Even if you're like, I'm not even feeling like this right now. Keep pushing because somebody needs what you have. No matter what it might be that you're trying to do, like, somebody needs that. And so I just want to really encourage you to just keep pushing. We have Shannon Williams. He said Privé. All right, your 2 seconds of fame. It's like, no, I'm playing. Yeah, shout out to Privé. But yeah, but yeah, I hope that this podcast episode makes sense. I have Tiffany she said, "Phew, on and now as you speak." Yes, keep doing it. Like, God gives us all gifts, and you guys know by now, if I'm talking, like, y'all know by now what my life is when it comes to my faith. And I believe that God gives us gifts, and um we are required to use them. So even when it's hard, because I know firsthand how hard it can be. And this journey that I've been on um has been, I always say, it's been crazy beautiful. It's very beautiful. The impact is beautiful, but it is crazy and it's hard and it's challenging, but it has made me become the woman I am today. And I'm only growing, I'm only learning. It's so funny. Shared a post the yesterday about how it was like apologizing for if I was ever a toxic person in your life. And somebody commented like, I can't even see you being a toxic person, and I'm in somebody's life, and I'm like, listen, I am human just like anybody else, and there's been things that I have had to realize that were toxic. I've had toxic traits. I have toxic traits that I have to work on, and I don't think you're a human if you don't have something that you have to work on that might be a little toxic. So, yes, I have things that I've done. I've had to apologize. I have to apologize to this day about things that I've done or have done recently to people, sometimes unknowingly and unrealizing that, or not realizing that, wow, that was kind of toxic, Davina, and you need to apologize. And I'm a firm believer in apologizing, whether you meant to do something or not, because I just feel like that shows that you do care about the relationship you have with certain people, or you just have compassion for people, and that you're a human and you're willing to work on and work on certain things. So yeah. So I hope everybody's doing well. Shout out to everybody watching and listening. Like I said, I'm just getting back in the swing of being off for so long. People have definitely been asking me, like, when are you coming back? Or when are you doing an episode? So that just means a lot to me too, to know that you guys are looking for me and looking to for this podcast, because I wholeheartedly believe in this podcast. I believe in Divinely Crown. We have Sammy. Hello, Sammy. Nadia, she said, let's do one. Oh, yes, don't worry. I'm coming for you. I'm definitely coming for you. But yes, so also there are some things I'm like, am I ready to like say? But I definitely have been observant of a lot of things on social media lately. And I need to share my heart about this, because um I need to share my heart. So let's just talk about this dating and relationship world, okay? I am a single woman and I'm going to speak from a single woman's perspective, okay? So just bear with me. So I've been seeing so many different things, and I even almost made a post about it. Just so many thoughts and opinions and all these things about relationship and it also in dating. And I just want to say this. Everybody's experience in life is going to be different. I literally am blessed to have a parents who have been married for 30 plus years. All three of my siblings are married, and one of my best friends is married. And I say that to say that every one of their relationships, every one of their experiences has been different. Some of them have been very beautiful, God appointed. They felt the Lord was like, this is your wife, this is your husband. Some of them have had to go through some ups and downs, not saying they were toxic things, but they've had to go through their stuff. And all their stories are different, and all of them are married. I say that because I feel like there's so many people with so many opinions about how relationships and dating should go. And a lot of us are still single. And I don't know what your story is. I don't know what your thought is. I don't know what you want to do, but we have got to stop thinking that our word is bond, okay? If you want to be married, I encourage you to start finding people to be around that are in healthy marriages. I do know that there's not always healthy marriages. I see the posts where people make fun of like married men or women that are doing stuff, but get around some healthy relationships. If that is what you want, just get around them. Talk to people. Talk to your elders that are married or in healthy relationships, or what you might think is a healthy relationship, because I also feel like everybody has different opinions on that. We got to stop thinking that everything that we see or hear is the truth, or everything we see and hear is Bible, because we are all going to continue to be in this cycle of loneliness if we do so. Heal. That I maybe that's the title for today. Heal and take care of your own mental, because I feel like that is something that I'm seeing. I'm personally seeing is we're all children, broken, trying to find our way, but we're also trying to tell everybody else how to find their way as well. And I think that it's more so hurting us than helping us. So I just want to encourage you guys to look at yourselves. We all need to look at ourselves. What do we want out of life? It's great to get encouragement and inspiration, but you need to figure out what you want out of life when it comes to somebody else and how you want to experience life when it comes to relationships, because what works for you, what works for me might not be the same as somebody else. And so I just really want to encourage people to start looking within and stop projecting everything outward when it comes to those things, because I do feel like we need each other. We need community, we need relationship, and we need positive connections, whether that's platonic or romantic. But when it comes to romantic, like, we do need that those relationships to help us grow, like, and that's maybe my personal opinion on that, but it's just really breaking my heart to see how one divided men and women have become, when I personally feel like we need each other. We need healthy relationships, because we are who our children are looking up to. And even if you didn't have that growing up, what do you wish you had when it came to healthy relationships? Pour that out. Work on that. Do that for yourself. I'm sorry, I got y'all all in my comments too. I'm trying to do all the things at once. Jazz said yes, indeed. Sammy said no one's path is the same. Follow your own heart and your own dreams. That's facts. We have Ray. Ray, she said she clapped. Nadia said, I agree, love. And then Bobby said, we do. Yes, we do. And Sade said, I agree. But yes, we need each other. And it's just like there's this constant, like, this toxicity of relationship views is, like, for me, like, heartbreaking. And I made a post, I think, like, the other day that said, I was raised on love, but life situations. Oh, hold on now, because I gotta read it, because it literally, like, I felt this way. I have felt this way. But even though I've been hurt, even though life has listen, life and relationships have, I've been through stuff. I don't want to project my pain onto other people. And I do believe that a lot of times that's what's happening is, okay, I said raised on love, but life situations grew me into survival mode when it comes to my heart. Now I'm continuously working on healing to get out of survival mode to be able to completely receive the love I deserve. And I do believe that so many people can relate to that um, when it comes to survival mode and being scared to get hurt again. So they're putting on these masks of, well, this is how it should be because of things that they've been through. And I get it. I don't want to discredit anybody's experience, because I know I have my own experiences. But that is why we need to heal. We need to heal for us and the generations to come, because if we don't take care of this, what do y'all expect our youth and our children to do when it comes to relationships, even simple friendships? Like, it really has to start with us in our generation. Like, our elders are tired. Our elders are tired. They've done the work. They've tried to do their best. I've seen so many elders passing away that have made an impact on this community. And now it is our job. And I say our job because I know that most of the people that watch and listen to my podcast are probably like millennials, right? So it is our job to start working on what we need to do to make a better be better and be better. That's really what it boils down to, is being better. And it really does, I believe, start with our mental and emotional well-being. Even that picture, I don't know if you guys have seen, there's a picture going around, a few of them, they're AI pictures for sure, but they've been a little girl or little boy in the mirror crying, and oh, it actually makes me want to cry, and an adult standing there looking at the child. And I do believe so many of us are those pictures. And it is really time for us to heal. Don't y'all go ahead and share this because I'm definitely about to cry. But I literally see that picture and it's crazy because before I even saw that picture, I literally said that. I'm like, we are so many of us are broken little children trying to figure this out. And I just really want to see us figure it out. No, we're not, it's not going to happen overnight, but it needs to happen so that we can heal the children within us so that we can be better adults because I think a lot of us are really struggling to be better adults and be better parents. So, yeah, I hope that this is all has it been valuable to you guys? The conversation so far has helped in some way, but that was definitely something that, and I probably didn't even say everything I wanted to say, but I just felt led to say that because I have been seeing so much on social media, which, let's be honest, social media has become our reality. That is literally how we connect a lot with people, and we have to change the trajectory of that. And I commend those who are doing the work to change, are doing the work to have these positive conversations, and just doing the work to really change um, the narrative of things because I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy, but you guys that are willing to have the tough conversations, create the groups, pour into others. You guys are the people that are the world changers and the game changers. So those out there that are putting in that work, even when you don't feel seen, don't feel heard, keep pushing, keep speaking up, even if you face adversity, because we need people like you. We definitely do. We need those people. So, oh, y'all done got 42 minutes out of me and my voice. But yes. And speaking of community, I know a lot of people been talking about that. And I actually kind of wanted to share my experience with community because I do feel like I have some good insight on that. So recently for my birthday, I had my glow girls, my glow sisters with me for my birthday. And it's about 5 of them, and then I had my sisters there. And I just kind of sat back and observed and was like, wow, like Davina, every year you have kind of like a different set of people at your table. And part of me was like, well, is that a bad thing or a good thing? And I had to realize that that is a good thing. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like relationship, and going back to relationship and friendship, is when we're on this journey, we are going to connect and disconnect with so many different people. Whether disconnect means that you no longer talk to people, or disconnect means that, you're just at different spaces in your life at that time, you are always, if you are open to it, you are always going to make different connections. And I do believe that in these last few years of my growth, I have been blessed to connect with so many different people and really trying to figure out what those people's role in is in my life. And if they're not there anymore, being okay with that process. And I will be the first to admit I do not like that process when they're not meant to be, or they're not supposed to be, or they've outgrown, or we have outgrown each other. I am not okay with that process because of the type of person I am. And I love hard, I care deeply. And I've always been the type of person to want all the friends and all the connections. But I've been really realizing that if it is time to let go of certain relationships and friendships, you have to be okay with that. Even if it's temporarily, even if it's for the long run, it is okay because I believe that everybody plays a purpose in your life, whether it's a lesson or a blessing, right? And I know that's like an old saying, like it's a lesson or a blessing, but it's the truth. And I believe I'm even learning that now so much that, like, this person or that person, the memories are great, the impact, the time we spend together is great. And if it's time to let go, or if it's time to kind of separate, then it's okay. Thank you for that experience that you've given me. And so I just want to, like, really share that, be okay with making new connections, and be even more okay with letting go of old connections, and be okay with figuring out, not be okay with figuring out, but figure out why certain people are there in your life, because um I everybody plays a part. There are people in my life that know me completely naked, right? Emotionally, who I am naked, right? But there's a lot of people that might not ever see that side of me. But I believe that I play a role in their life and they play a role in my life. And it's so funny. I was like, dang, I know people are like, dang, Davina got all these different people she's connected with. And I do. I do. And I do believe that either God put me in their life for a reason, or they put me I put or he put them in my life for a reason. And I'm grateful for all the connections. I also know I need to set boundaries with those connections, but let me get in the comments. I have Jazz. She said, preach. And Jazz is definitely one of my glow sisters. Jazz said, learning this and trying to be okay with it. It's not easy. It's not easy. Tanaya, she said, just talked to my therapist about this today. It is a hard thing. And I have Jessie, Letty, she said, hearts. And yes, it is. Trust me, I know it is not an easy thing. Especially letting go of friendships and relationships that you just knew would be around forever, right? And so those relationships, um, cherish them, cherish the memories, cherish all of the things, and be open, and set that stuff free to like, set the heartache. And listen, I'm talking to myself right now too, just so y'all know. But set the heartache free so that you can literally make room for more of what you deserve. I even put a post the other day, because y'all know I'm good for saying all the thoughts. What are you thinking today? That's the social media, I mean, the Facebook thing. And I will tell you what I'm thinking. But I said that, sometimes healing starts with forgiveness. And people were saying how it's hard to forgive. And I just said, like, there were people that wrote me, there are people that reshared it and said that it's hard. And I said, yes, it is hard to forgive, but you holding on to that resentment is only hurting you and not giving you room for what you do deserve in life. And it doesn't have to be do deserve in a relationship or in people, but it's what you do deserve in abundance, in blessings, in healing. It could be, okay, I'm holding on to this resentment, and really you don't realize holding on to this resentment is really making you sick, right? Because we're holding on to a sickness. Unforgiveness can be a sickness, right? So if you're not having forgiveness in your heart, you're literally cluttering yourself, like, legit. Jazz said throwing a shoe at the screen. Ouch. I'm sorry. I mean to hurt you. Nadia said it ruins your character when you don't forgive. Dang, that's good right there. It does, because man, you could be the most beautiful person. And sometimes when you have that unforgiveness, it's holding on to a lot of ugliness in your heart. But don't get me wrong. I know unforgiveness is hard. There's somebody in my personal life that it took years to really let go of resentment and break out of that. And I would be lying to say that there are still not times when I feel that resentment come up. But you got to deal with that. You got to forgive. You got to forgive for yourself. They always say forgiveness is not for the other person, it is for you. Whether they care you forgave them or not, you have to live with that every day. You have to wake up and go to sleep with that unforgiveness and sleep with it and cuddle with it and let it hurt you, right? You got to sleep with that thing. Let it go. Let it go. I don't know. That must be for somebody tonight. Let it go like frozen. That's what my mama said. Let it go like frozen. Let it go, because even in this next, as we go into these next levels, I do believe that there's a shift happening for so many people. And don't block your blessings holding on to unforgiveness that you don't need to. Imagine, like, just imagine how much one freer you'll be if you let go. Imagine how much great things could come your way if you just let go. Let go. Heal and let go. That is literally the vibe for this podcast today. But yes, so I guess I said all I needed to say for now. For now. But thank you to everybody who's been on here with me for the last 50 minutes. I really have missed doing this. I really enjoy conversations. I am a girl, a woman, girl, queen, whatever, that is likes to deal with matters of the heart. I literally have been this way since I was a little girl, and I love relationship. I love I'm a feeler. I'm an empath. um I'm highly sensitive, which is not always a good thing, but I know that God created this way because he knew that other people um needed this. And so even when it's hard, even when I have had my own share of embarrassing moments and struggles with who I am and how emotional I am, or how intense I can be or passionate I can be, I know it's for a purpose. I know that it's to help other people. So I'm grateful for who I am. Jessie, she said, "Keep it going. I just joined listening to listening to you while I'm at work." Oh, you might have to go back to the replay. It will be up when I get off. So, but thank you for tuning in at work. I really appreciate it for sure. But yes, I definitely, even though I will be interviewing more people, I definitely know that I would like to just start having more conversations with just me, um, so that, you guys can get my insight. I think I got some wisdom and stuff, okay? So I would love to share my wisdom with you guys. But I also want to share what I'm still learning, and sometimes even what I'm struggling with, because, you know, some people think they're doing it alone and they're not. And some people think that your girl got it all together and I don't. And I'm learning, and I desire to learn. I desire to grow, and I just want to inspire other people to grow and to heal and to learn about who they are, who they're called to be. So it's my actually Jazz, who's on here. You don't have to put in the comments, Jazz, if you're still listening, but she said, like, she heard a message about how, like, there's 3 different people, it's like, in your life, and it's like the accelerator and the other raiders and stuff, and just I wanna be that person that helps accelerate people into being their best, most healthy, most happy, most whole versions of themselves. And so Imma keep going with this thing, okay? I'm about to wrap this up because my voice is just like, "Woo!" But yes, I have been sliding in people's DMs to highlight them. Please bear with me, okay? I know people want to get on my podcast. I appreciate. I've had people say, like, I don't feel comfortable like being on anybody's podcast, but I will be on yours, or anybody's stuff, but I'll be on yours. And I appreciate that. But bear with me because I have to also make sure um I'm doing things the way that I want to do them. Um and I say that because I know that people get so excited about all the things, my brand or just what I'm doing. And then everybody wants, excuse me, an opinion or wants to give their insight. And I appreciate the insight, but I also don't want to, and I said this before, I don't want to lose myself in this. um I do have to work on, or I am working on, just not being such of a people pleaser. Like, I have a heart for people, but I do believe that sometimes people kind of take that as, oh well, Davina's supposed to say yes to everything, and I'm done being a yes man for people. I'm gonna say that, like, I can't keep, because if I'm not able to be my authentic, genuine, real self, then there's no point in doing this, because I want you guys to know who I truly am. And I do believe that sometimes people have looked at, and I've looked at myself like, oh, I'm divinely crowned, I got to be this certain way. And I've actually hurt myself doing that. People gonna have to take me or leave me for who I am, right? You're gonna have to. At this point in my life, I am no longer going to do things to people please others. I am who I am. I am a flawed human just like the rest, but I'm also know I'm a good person, and I don't do things with ill intent. But if what I do, or when I say no, or when I say I can't do that and I'm not doing it this way, if that offends you, it's just going to have to offend you, because literally I've only hurt myself saying yes to the things that I didn't want to. So that was just something I had to get off my chest, I guess, clearly. Jazz said, collaborator, accelerator, and elevators. Yes, I feel like I've been a little bit of all that, but I do believe I am a accelerator. And then I have Latoya. She said, I love you, sister. I love you too, sister. Jazz said, dead ass. I can hear that in your voice. And then Bay Nick, she said, that's okay. Protect your brand, baby. There are a lot of weeds posing as flowers. Okay, she said there are a lot of weeds posing as flowers who would try to steal your, I believe that's a sun. It's like black, but and I believe she said steal your shine. And yes, I totally agree with that. And it's like there's some, y'all, there's so many levels. There's so many layers to that. So many layers. But yes, I just want to say, no, I am not just my brand, but I am my brand. I am my brand. But I just want y'all to know I'm human, and no, I'm not going to be saying yes to everything you ask me. It could be something like a conversation. It could be coming to an event. If I don't want to do it, or I don't feel like it aligns with what and who I am, then I'm not. Okay. But I still love you. I love y'all. Okay. I love y'all. But yeah, I think I want to actually do an episode on people pleasing, because I do believe that as empaths and people with good hearts, we do struggle with that. And that's a whole nother beast. So I would love to do an episode on that and talk about it, because it is a real thing that I think a lot of us do deal with in this role, in these roles. So, but I love you all so much. Like, Divinely Crown will be 5 in December. And just thinking about this journey and how far I've come and how far I still have to go, it's beautiful. And I just thank everybody who has been on this ride with me, this journey with me, has supported me, has poured into me, has prayed over me, like all the things. Like, I appreciate you guys, because um so many people believe in me, and I appreciate that, like, wholeheartedly. Jazz said that's good. She said that's going to be good. Yes. And Latoya, she said, let's do that one together. I'm down for that. Cause I was like, maybe I should have somebody else. And I already know, Latoya, we had to postpone yours. So I'm totally down for that. I'm down for that. Well, I will slide in your DMs tomorrow. Cause I'm also learning how to find the balance of when I need to work and when I need to rest. So I would love that. I know you have lots of wisdom, sis. So I would love to do that. But all right, guys, your girl been on here for an hour, and I just thank everybody who has been in the comments, who has viewed this, who has liked it, shared it, cared for it, whatever you have done. I hope that you all are happy that I'm back. I'm excited for next week's guest. Um, and so look out for that on Divinely Crowned. All the platforms that you follow Divinely Crown on to see who I have next week. Also, before I get off, I don't know why I be forgetting this, but like, first of all, check out the merch. I feel like a schoolgirl with my collar, but Divinely Crown now has crew necks. If you're watching this live, if you're listening later, you know, just go on YouTube and check it out, or Facebook. But I have crew necks now. I know people were asking when I was getting them, and I was asking myself when I was getting some. They're here. So they are limited. So if you are interested, slide in my DMs and get you one. You better get one of these, like they say with that chicken salad. And then also just a reminder about coaching services. I am still offering confidence life coaching. So if you are ready to, start your journey, also it being the winter months, we talk about community. If you are looking for, somebody to connect with, um, my coaching isn't just about confidence. We focus on self-love. I give you a space to be and to get out certain things. It might not be like, oh, I need a therapist, but I need to clear the clutter. Like, I need somebody to talk to. Davina, I need a safe space. I know you provide that. So if you are looking for, a confidence life coach, holler at your girl. You can write me. You can I have a link that you can, schedule a connect conversation. It's a free 30-minute connect conversation where we will see if I'm a good fit for you to go on this coaching journey with. So definitely don't forget I have those services. I know so many people are always in my inbox and like, I want to connect with you. Yes, I have a service for that. I have a service for that. So, but yeah, so if you are looking for somebody to just kind of be of a support to you, definitely reach out and we can set up that connect conversation and start your journey. I'll have DL Stanton. He said Cuzzo, and he gave the little love. And I always be doing that like as like gang signs. It's ridiculous, but it's really all this means is love for those who might see my video. But yes, I love you, cousin. Congratulations on your new marriage. I cannot wait to have you on when I highlight my kings and listen to your journey and have you share your journey with the world so that they can be inspired. So but all right, guys, I am getting ready to, he said, I love you to life. I love you too to life. You already know how I'm coming. Okay. But all right, guys, until next time, I love you all. And we will be talking soon. Remember to get your tickets to the Royal Affair, okay, hosted by yours truly, Divinely Crowned and Rabbit 3. And until next time, remember you are divinely crowned.